breaking news alerts, overnight news, plus weather and traffic every 10 minutes. CBS 47 on your side this morning begins with breaking news.
Good morning again. I'm Zara Arboleta. The breaking news is from Fresno. Early this morning, someone got shot inside a house near Belmont and First. CBS 47's Mike Scott is out there live. Mike, any new information yet?
Yeah, it's a drive-by shooting, Sarah. Happened sometime between 3:30 and 4 this morning. 4th and Thomas, which is just south of the 180 freeway in central Fresno. Apparently a car pulled up to a house here. Shots were fired. A young girl inside the house does have a gunshot wound to her chest. She is now in the hospital. We do not have any word yet on her condition. There are a number of police combing this entire neighborhood, looking for possible clues. The question now, of course, is this gang-related? We're hoping the police will give us some kind of a description of the suspect car. And Zara, just moments ago I talked with a neighbor here who said that gunshots in this neighborhood are really nothing new, and she also told me that in this very same block where the shooting happened this morning, there was another shooting a couple of years ago where someone died. So we'll continue to bring you updates throughout the morning, but for right now that is the latest information we have. Zara, back to you.
And Mike, are a lot of the streets blocked out there?
It's just one very short block, Zara. It's 4th Street, just south of Thomas, which is not far from First and Belmont, to give you an idea of where we are. But yeah, it's in a residential area, so it's really not going to affect the morning commute. But yeah, that one short block right behind me is blocked off with police tape for the time being.
Okay, Mike, thanks so much. We'll have another update in half an hour. 5:31. Here's a live look at Capitol Hill. Sequestration talks hopefully will take place tomorrow there, even though across-the-board tax cuts are set to go into effect, or tax hikes are set to go into effect tomorrow. It looks cold there, but here it should be a nice warmer day. Jenny Tosi standing by with the forecast.
That's right. Good morning, Zara. Good morning, everybody. We're enjoying gorgeous weather for the next couple of days. We need the rain, but we're not going to see it. So in the meantime, we'll enjoy the sunshine. Let's take a look at where we are right now in terms of wind speeds. Those are nice and light. No worries about that this morning. Our temperatures have warmed up quite a bit from yesterday as well. We're at 45 in Fresno, 47 in Los Banos, low 40s for the rest of the North Valley, and mid to upper 30s to the south. So nobody near freezing this morning. Temperatures today in the upper 40s by 8 o'clock, moving into the upper 50s by 10 o'clock, mid 60s by noon, with 71 for your high today. Going to be a gorgeous afternoon. Warmer weather on the way. We'll talk about that in a couple of minutes.
The search continues this morning for 7 children missing since Saturday. They are believed to be safe, though. As CBS 47's Lamore Abrams shows us, the kids are likely with their dad.
4 boys and 3 girls ranging in age from 5 to 12 years old were last seen Saturday playing around their apartment.
I seen the mom and their dad walk around down this road all the time.
Chanvang saw mom and stepdad make a quick run to the grocery store, leaving their oldest son, a 12-year-old, to babysit. When they came back, the children and their belongings were gone.
The house was clear. No kids was in that side of the house, and all the clothes were missing.
Police believe the children's biological father picked them up. They say dad has been estranged from the children for the last 3 years, but visited them in December.
We don't believe that the children are at risk or in danger. The biological mother does not believe that. She thinks it is the father who hasn't seen the children actually 3 years prior to the December date.
According to police, there are no child custody documents on file, and the biological father is legally allowed to have the kids. But detectives spent a couple hours Wednesday talking to neighbors as the search continued for 7 children. Lamore Abrams, CBS 47 on your side.
Worried parents in Porterville after an attempted kidnapping. It happened at Wisconsin Street and Toma Avenue. A 15-year-old girl told police a man tried pulling her into his car. The suspect, described as a Hispanic man in his late teens, 5'7", about 150 pounds, last seen wearing a gray sweatshirt and jeans. He was driving a white 4-door newer model sedan. In other news, 2 women and a teen facing charges this morning. They were caught in a car that was carjacked from Vista Pharmacy yesterday at Cedar and Tulare in Fresno. A delivery driver there says one of the women jumped inside, and as he struggled with her, a dark SUV drove up.
Pulled up behind our car and pulled out a weapon and fired a shot into the air and told him to leave her alone, and the woman drove off with our car.
Police are still looking for the SUV driver, the victim not injured. A pair of accused carjackers in another case facing charges in Fresno this morning. 30-year-old Shalon Perez and 37-year-old Ernie Rodriguez are accused of taking a man's car while he was at the drive-up ATM. This was at the Bank of America in Southeast Fresno. Perez apparently almost ran over the victim when he took off in that car. New this morning, Pope Benedict XVI now heading into retirement. He met with the College of Cardinals one last time overnight at the Vatican. Thousands of Catholics made the trip to hear his last speech.
Personally, I would like to say that I will continue to serve you in prayer, in particular in the coming days, so that you may be touched by the Holy Spirit in the election of a new Pope.
The Cardinals will meet Monday to decide when to set the date for the conclave. That's when all of the Cardinals under the age of 80 will decide who'll become the next leader of the Catholic Church. This morning in Washington, lawmakers are just hours away from letting huge spending cuts kick in. As Melissa Rainey shows us, just about everyone agrees there will be no last-minute deal to stop them.
The victims of Hurricane Sandy trying to rebuild their homes and communities won't have the funding they need to do it. According to the HUD secretary, about $3 billion has been cut from a supplemental bill for repair and recovery. If the spending cuts go into effect, some preschoolers may have to stay home. $400 million in proposed cuts means nearly 70,000 children from low-income families won't be able to enroll in preschools and daycare centers run by Head Start. And your visit to some of our national parks will also likely be affected. The National Park Service could lose $110 million from its budget. The Great Smoky Mountains National Park plans to close 5 of its campgrounds and picnic areas. Congress still has time to keep these cuts from happening. Republicans say Democrats aren't coming to the table.
We're still ready to work with them to get something responsible passed, but we can't do it alone.
While Democrats say Republicans must do their part.
Compromise is never easy, but surely it's better than doing nothing at all.
President Obama is hoping the public will put pressure on lawmakers.
The public is beginning to pay attention to this, and one thing I'm certain about is that the country as a whole is weary of Washington presiding over a manufactured crisis every 3 months.
I'm Melissa Rainey reporting.
5:37, 43 degrees. Are you ready to spruce up your place for spring? We're handing out some free tickets for the Fresno Home and Garden Show this weekend. Unbelievable numbers, crazy stats in last night's Golden State Warriors game.
Penn State has shocked the Big Ten and the college basketball world.
March Madness is going to be crazy. Another huge upset in college hoops. But first, here's a beautiful shot of the moon. And Jenny Toasty is up next with Pinpoint Weather.